All right, we are coming at you live on DentonRadio.com with the Denton Record Chronicles one and only Lucinda Breeding. How are you doing today?
I am doing really well. How are you, Jake?
I'm doing great. Well, if you listen in on our morning show, Denton Radio in the Morning, inventive name, by the way.
There you go. Just call it what it is.
Right.
Why not?
Well, we bring you headlines from the Denton Record Chronicle, and you've probably heard that Denton Record Chronicle is a big partner here in the Welcome Center, and we do a lot of work with them where we're pushing a lot of the stories, and you can even get a Denton Record Chronicle here at the Welcome Center and all that good stuff. And so we always love getting to work with these guys and talk Denton events and Denton happenings, and it's a great resource for people to be able to pick up and stay in the know and a daily reminder of why you live here. So
there you go.
We love getting
and
to do anything
sometimes why
DRC.
maybe you'd like to move.
Exactly, right? It's perfect. So that's why we use it, because we're pushing it to visitors
Yes.
and all those kind of
Exactly.
things, and it's just a good time. So come on down to the Discover Denton Welcome Center and get yourself a copy, or you can go to DentonRC.com, or, of course, you can just subscribe to have a Denton Record
Yes, you
Chronicle sent to
can.
your house.
You
So
are very welcome to subscribe.
we are all about that. Anyways, we wanted to talk Denton events because Lucinda is the features editor for the Denton Record Chronicle.
That's right.
And so she is the grand poobah, the oracle of information of all things Denton events. And so she's got a few things she wanted to highlight here, and some stuff that's going on in Denton that
Yes.
that you should be checking out.
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and get this thing started.
All right. I want to talk about the Crucible.
Cool.
Denton Community Theater's The Crucible.
Yes.
It's kind of a heavy piece. And I do have to wonder that when the production board was putting together this season, if they thought, hey, we're putting Crucible right at the end of the election. We're going to be opening that show at the end of the election. This is a heavy drama, very heavy drama. It is Arthur Miller's classic dramatization of the Salem witch trials.
Ooh.
Yes, we have family drama, community drama. I know many of your listeners have studied this play in school. A lot of us have probably seen it. In a nutshell, this colonial American, John Proctor, finds himself and his wife Elizabeth at the center of this firestorm. His lover, Abigail Williams, is not too happy that he has decided to shut down their affair and reconcile with his wife. And so Abigail decides to accuse his wife of witchcraft, which, in colonial America did not go over very well.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. So it's a heavy piece. It is a drama. It is part of the American literary canon. If you are going to school in middle school or high school in the Denton ISD, you might be studying this. And if you are, you might want to get on down to the campus theater this weekend to see this show. What's interesting to me, actually, about this show is some stuff that's behind the scenes. The director, Brian Patrick, a lot of people in Denton associate Brian Patrick with comedy, as well they should. He's I wanted to say an alumnus, but he's actually a member, part of Fight Boy Theater, which is one of the DIY theater troupes in Denton. And he is a comedic actor and a comedic writer, but it turns out he has dramatic chops. And he has decided to keep the staging, the set pieces, pretty minimal and keep the lights kind of tight because he wants to amplify the relationships that are happening on stage. And he wants to heighten all of that drama that emerges as the question becomes not only will John Proctor and his wife be executed, but will all of these other folks be executed when some of the young ladies of the town get caught up in a hysteria and start pointing their fingers at people. He's got dramatic chops, and I think it's really noteworthy that he's decided to kind of downplay. He could have built a big set. He could have built a, big courtroom. He could have done a lot of things, but he's chosen to keep things very simple because he wants our attention to be on those relationships that are made and sometimes broken by this hysteria. So, I haven't seen it yet. I plan to see it this weekend, but I have seen Brian's work before, and I think that he's an inventive guy. I think he's clever, and I think he has a knack for taking these classics and kind of refreshing them. He directed A Christmas Carol for Denton Community Theater last year, and did some different things to make it a little spookier than maybe we remember A Christmas Carol being. So I think if you're studying this play in school, or if you just maybe want a sort of place to put all of your post-election frustration, this play might be it. And performances are 7:30 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 2 o'clock on Sunday. And in case you guys are wondering, ticket prices, $22 for adults, $22 for adults, $18 for seniors, $15 for children, and $10 for children 10 and under. And that's going to be over at the campus theater.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, that's going to be cool. Oh, goodness gracious.
That loud noise you heard was Jake's chair screaming, much like Abigail Williams in the Crucible.
Consummate professional. All right. So we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to be back right after the music. We're going to still be here with Lucinda. She's going to be talking holiday events. Little DNYE, all sorts of cool stuff. So don't go anywhere. We're going to throw a little more music at you, and we will be right back after this. This is going to be Friday's Foolery with their song Good Music. You heard it here first on DentonRadio.com.
Trying to create a hit. I'm not looking for the next club banger to top the charts real quick. I want something that you can feel way down in your soul. Yeah. Something that turns into a classic. A dream to behold. I wanna tell a story. I wanna make good music, be part of a memory that only comes from good music. Yeah. Many blank pages in my book. So many things running through my mind, not sure how to explain it. So many things that I should speak on, don't know what exactly to say. Yeah. How do I get you to understand that what I say is real?
right, that was Friday's Foolery with good music. We are back with Lucinda Breeding
We
of
are
the
back.
Denton Record Chronicle. All right, so it is no secret that the holidays are fast approaching.
Nope.
And so Lucinda is the resource to get us all hooked up.
Yes, I know nobody wants to think about this because I think on Wednesday it's going to be 80 degrees. Nobody wants to think about Christmas, but it is upon us, folks. I think Thanksgiving is next week. Parents, families, are you starting to think about ways to maybe have some fun as we approach the holidays without busting the bank? If you are, the city of Denton, the Parks and Rec Department, has two things going on the same day that might be just exactly what you're looking for. If you don't feel like going over to the mall just yet and waiting in line to get the pictures with Santa, it just so happens that the city of Denton is doing Santa's Snapshots. This is something they do every year, and that's going to be from 10 in the morning until noon on December 12th. I'll say that again, 10 a.m. to noon on December 12th, and that's going to be at the Martin Luther King Jr. Center. And all you need to do is bring the kids. You know, if you want to get them dolled up in their holiday best, they can sit on Santa's lap, give Santa that Christmas wish list, and then you can snap the picture. It does cost $5 a child, and it's $2 for an extra photo. So you might want to have some cash on you. Now, on this same day, there is going to be a holiday gingerbread house making course workshop, and that's going to be from 9:30 to 11:30 over at the Civic Center. Now, here's what the great thing is about this gingerbread making class, workshop, session. You don't have to have all of the gingerbread, all of the icing in your own kitchen. You don't have to worry about your kitchen looking like some sort of nuclear candy shop just, was dropped on your house. You can go to this. It is $20 per kid. Parents can stay with their kids without having to pay the price of admission. The admission is for the kids. And you get to make the mess there at the Civic Center. And then you can, after that, turn the little ones loose on some inflatables. I tell you what, the Parks and Rec Department figured out a long time ago that where there is a bounce house, there are happy children. A lot of the programming our Parks and Recreation Department offers for the city includes bounce houses, and tired child is a happy child. And the other thing that I think is really noteworthy, since we're talking about the holidays, is the Little D New Year's Eve. Now, I've been here in Denton since 1996, and about this time every year, I have turned to one of my colleagues and said, man, this town goes dark. It goes dark. I mean, the students leave, the colleges are not in session, and I have never known of there being a really big New Year's Eve party in Denton.
Right.
Well, the Greater Denton Arts Council is taking care of that for us. They're going to have a big, not Halloween. Can you see? I'm not ready for the holidays either. They're having a big New Year's Eve party at the Patterson Appleton Center on New Year's Eve. It benefits both the Arts Council and the United Way of Denton County. Now, you are going to have to put a little bit of money out for this. If you want to go as a single and maybe meet another single for that New Year's kiss, it's $80, and I believe it's $150 per couple. But they're doing a Vegas theme, so there's going to be all sorts of entertainment, all sorts of music. One of my favorite people in Denton, David Pierce, the composer, arranger, and the founder of Denton's Day of the Dead. He's going to be leading a band that night. So if you're ready to dance the night away and hear some big band music, he's going to be providing that. But think about it, folks. If you want to enjoy New Year's Eve, you can do it here in Denton. You don't have to drive to Dallas. That's what you had to do for the last 20-odd years is drive out to Dallas. You can keep it local. And you can benefit the programs of the Greater Denton Arts Council and benefit the member organizations and nonprofits that are supported by the United Way of Denton County. So not only will you be having a great night, take those smartphones, get gussied up, but you will also be helping two very worthy Denton County organizations.
Awesome. Yeah, that's going to be a really, really fun event.
Yeah.
I'm personally looking forward to that one.
I am
big time.
too. I am too. And I think they'll transform Festival Hall into just a Vegas sort of place. And we'll all be able to just ring in the new year and do it proper here in town.
Yeah, that's going to be great. I'm really excited. Well, before we got started today, you and me were talking about some of the things Denton Record Chronicle is doing.
Yeah.
And you were saying that there are some options for people out there that are trying to get their events known and some things
Yes,
like that.
absolutely.
Can we go in a little more on that?
Yes. A lot of you might be in charge of holiday events, maybe charitable drives, charitable events that are happening this time of year. You can get these events and these charity drives listed in the Denton Record Chronicle for absolutely no charge. I want to say you are we welcome any kind of advertising. So I'm not trying to chase anyone away from putting out an ad, but you can send that information to us. We simply need the time, the date, the place. If you're asking people for, for tickets or to give any kinds of money, you need to let people know how to do that and then how they actually accomplish that. And for a lot of organizations, that's going to be a website address, phone number. And if you email those to my wonderful intern, Harrison Long, that email address is HLong, that's HLO as in ocean, N as in Nancy, G as in goat herder, I always say that, at dentonrc.com. If you will send that information to us, we will get it in those listings just as soon as we possibly can.
Awesome. That's cool. What a great opportunity for everybody around town to try and get their stuff out there as well.
Yes.
Now, as you've been able to see today, Denton Record Chronicle is a wealth of information. This is just one of them. There's a whole building full of these guys.
Yes.
So
Yes.
make sure you are staying in the know by going to dentonrc.com, by subscribing to have a Denton Record Chronicle sent to your house. You can come by the Welcome Center. We'll get you a copy. You can go to a lot of the convenience stores, Midway Mart, and all these places around town. There are so many options for you to get yourself a Denton Record Chronicle. Don't miss out on all that's going on. Again, thank you so much for
Thank you
being
for
here,
having
Lucinda.
us.
We're going to be doing this every single Monday here in studio at 1 o'clock. We're going to be taking different pieces and features from all of Denton Record Chronicle's information and be giving you guys a taste of what you can find inside of the Denton Record Chronicle. So make sure you tune on back then, and we will see you next week. Between now and then, make sure you get a Denton Record Chronicle. All right, we're going to jump back into the music. This is the Boombox with their song In the Morning. You heard it here first on DentonRadio.com.
I look up, I look down, still my answer ain't found, and I'm still trying to figure